Hi, it's Kip Walker, and I'm with Realty Partners in Royal Page. Today is September 3rd, and I'm going to do a market recap on the Halifax Dartmouth real estate market. It's been quite a year, and I'm getting the question all the time, what's driving this market? Our sales are super strong. Everything sells very quickly. So we're going to go back right from the start of COVID. Everyone's been working home remotely, and it's really changed where people can work from their home. Halifax has risen to the top, according to Maclean's magazine, the top 25 cities in Canada in terms of affordability, internet service, restaurants, friendliness, community. Halifax was rated the number one city to live in the top 25 cities in Canada. It's also, last year was the second fastest growth, the population, over 9,000 people, and 60% of those are under 30 years of age. So the population is growing very quickly, putting lots of pressure on housing. Rental market is super tight, but the city's growing at the end of the day. And there's the lack supply of housing. Interest rates, they've been falling steady basically from 1982, as I'm sure some of the older of us remember, and we're at record lows here now. So in terms of affordability, there's never been a time in terms of low interest rates to help spur the market on. Last year, huge appreciation in Halifax, 20%. Best time 1 year on record. So our average sale price is $450,000. And even at that, in the 10 top cities in Halifax, Halifax was the most affordable big city in the top 10 in Canada. So still extremely affordable. We're looking at the graph in terms of what's happened last year. The reds is this year, 2021, the blue, and this is our listings, so comparing the listings last year. So last year you can see the fall market, and as far as the spring market coming up, and then starting to peak down. We had the same thing this year. March, April, huge inventory, but inventory is now starting to drop down. Last year's 1,008, we're actually lower than last year. So if we go back to 12 months, you can still see it compared to even a year ago, low inventory. And of course, when we look at our next slide, and look at sales, and here's our spring market. You saw March, April, when we had the crazy bidding, but the red bars, it is cooling down ever so slightly, but we're more in line when we were back in 2019. So our market is still strong on sales. It's basically equivalent where we were, but it's our listings that are down. So that, again, there's supply and demand, lack of supply, huge demand or steady demand, increase in prices. This is our activity. So the lower bar was last year, 2019. So we're falling in line with 2019. Again, last year was a busy year, but again, we're still more in terms of activity and viewings, pretty well back on track. Again, we talked about vacancy rates. Last year, Halifax was 1.9%. The year before was at 1%. We've been lower than Toronto, and that's a pretty good gauge because their market has had 7 years of this craziness. So again, and our market rents aren't that much different. So again, people need somewhere to go. The population is growing. Rental market's tight. Vacancies, listings are tight. So you can see that's basically where the pressure's at. If you want to think about selling this year or where things are going next year, the market certainly is not going to die. The demand is still there. So give me a call and we'll sit down and have a chat. Hope everybody has a great long weekend. Thank you.